Hello there, you're in the Beat Sessions. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. Let's talk about Patty Griffin and her new album, Tape. That was released on June 10th. This is her 11th studio album, and it follows up her 2019 self-titled effort, an album that marked an incredible return to music. Patty battled breast cancer roughly 6 years ago, and in winning that battle, lost her voice. Determined to regain it, though, she fought back and thankfully made a full recovery. Her story is remarkable. It's one of perseverance, of determination, and if you're not familiar with it, you should definitely check it out. I think knowing it makes listening to that self-titled effort even that much more powerful. Her voice is incredible if you're not familiar with her, and her comeback, her recovery, it sounds just as strong, just as impressive. So if you haven't checked that album out, if you're new to her, I definitely would give that a listen. This new record is going to please old fans and new fans alike. I really like what she's bringing to the table with this project. These songs, not necessarily new though. They've been around for a bit. We're getting a collection of home recordings and rarities here, but these songs really show off her strength as a singer-songwriter in their rawness. Most of these tracks are just her with her guitar and a piano, but I think she's one of those musicians where that's where she's at her best. That's where she's at her strongest. So while I look forward to checking her out live and seeing some of these songs that way, I think that they're always going to play out better on this album in this raw style. I think new fans of hers will appreciate that as well. This is the type of stuff that has taken us all the way back to the very beginning. So I think as far as opening that door and then, using it as a progression through the rest of her catalog, it's really going to serve those fans well. I'm excited to talk about this collection of music. I want to give a shout out to Our Family in Motion for recommending this album that I do a review on it. It's been kind of a weird, slow week. I've been busy with work, so it was tough to get some stuff in. But this album, 10 songs, 30 minutes. There's no filler on here whatsoever. This thing is just a screaming delight from start to finish. It kicks off with Get Lucky, and this particular song really, a lot of these songs actually sound like the recording quality is pretty on point, but this has a solid lo-fi element. It's got this acoustic blues sound, and I love that feel. Honestly, it reminds me of what Neil Young did with Man Needs a Maid, amongst many other songs that have been recorded in that way. But you can hear that raw take of him with his piano, the fires crackling in the background, and this song has that spirit. It has that essence, and I love it for that reason. It's got an incredible melody, and I love that the rawness in her voice matches this recording. One Day We Could is your second track. Music is the perfect blend of sorrow and hope. I really like that dynamic on this track. The narrative is about two lovers who are addicted to gambling and are hoping that, one day all that playing will pay off. But sadly, I don't think it will. It's just not in the cards for them, so to speak. Strip of Light is your third track. Brightens up the mood a bit. It's got a great narrative as well. It's about a hopeful protagonist casting off a toxic lover, casting off someone who's just been a burden in their life, and hoping that in doing so that this new start brings new hope and new beginnings that will create a better life. Don't Mind is a cool track featuring Robert Plant. This was a song that I believe was recorded roughly right around the time they were first getting to know each other, like long before they were married. So it's going to get back to that blues feel. You get this wonderful organ that moves in and out of this song. It's got this gentle, bright melody, bit of pop to it as well. It's probably my favorite track on the album. I really I dig the appearance from Robert Plant there. Sundown is your fifth song. It's just her and her piano. Really love the raw nature on this track. This is really a good demonstration of what's going on with that. A sad elegy here as well. Lyrically, it's a very touching, moving number. Little Yellow House is going to be your sixth track. It's got this, I love the feel of this song. This just slow, jaunty country blues. A little bit of gospel worked into this track as well. Probably my second favorite song on the record. Night is your seventh song, getting back to that melancholy piano ballad style of music. You're going to get Kiss a Man as your eighth song. It's got this folk narrative about a young woman discovering love in her family's pub. Not necessarily the greatest place to seek a lover. It's an interesting tale, an interesting narrative. Like I said, it's one of the things I really love about her songwriting. She just writes about these raw characters that are experiencing very real human emotions. Octaves is your ninth song. A very interesting penultimate track. It's an ominous intro. It's just got this single sinister piano notation that's working throughout the song. It's very cinematic, instrumental song. Short. I don't know how to feel about it as a penultimate track. In a weird way, it's kind of anticlimactic, but it's an interesting way to to bridge Kiss of a Man and Forever Shall Be, because I think they're, two of the three strongest tracks on this record. Forever Shall Be is a sad but just gorgeous melody. It's a brilliant closer. Really like the way that it caps off this album. This collection of songs is it's nice. It's simple. It's nothing that's too grandiose, but none of her music really has ever been. I think that this is a great representation of who she is as an artist and what she brings to the table, and I really enjoyed this recommendation. So Our Family in Motion, thank you very much. We're going to vinyl please this thing. Actually, I couldn't find a vinyl out there. I don't know if it's on back order or what's going on with that, but I do know that all the digital copies of this record were put out on the 10th. However, given the title, she is putting out a tape on the 17th. That's in a limited release. So for the first time, a channel first, we're going to tape please this thing. I look forward to buying that cassette and adding it to my collection. I do have a small collection of cassettes. I think from time to time when the moment is right, like it is here, it's worth it to do that. So I hope you enjoy listening to this record. I hope you find this review helpful. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, do all the things to help me blow this project up in 2022, and stay tuned throughout the week for more album reviews. We'll see you next time on the Beat Sessions.